Land mediation begins along LNG disputed areas. More public servants needed in Nipa Kutubu. Penrith Panthers eye PNG Hunters players.
This is National EMTV News with Nipa Kutubu.
Welcome to Sunday's news. Thank you for joining us. Justice and Attorney General Secretary Dr. Lawrence Kalinoi has announced the start of mediation on land disputes along the liquefied natural gas areas in Papua New Guinea. Dr. Kalinoi said 2 teams were endorsed by the National Executive Council to go within the LNG corridor and complete the landowner beneficiaries exercise. This exercise is part of the national government's National Land Development Program.
These 2 groups include a state team consisting of all government bodies and a mediation team headed by Senior Judge Justice Ambeng Kandakasi. Their task is to complete all the requirements in the 2009 Land Incorporated Group Act and assist traditional landowners to register their land under the Act.
The new ILG Act 2009 gave 5-year sunset clause, meaning that within 5 years, all existing ILGs must be reincorporated under the new Act with all these new requirements.
In July, the National Court had directed all PNG LNG court proceedings to mediation following continuous concerns raised on the proceedings in Cabinet. This means the 2 teams tasked to conduct the land exercise will ensure the landowners prepare sketch maps of their customary land and present birth certificates before they will be given an ILG certificate.
We must have a process that's going to actually account for the names which are on the list who are applying for incorporation.
This huge exercise is funded by the national government under the National Land Development Program and will see landowners gain legal rights over their customary land. It is set to kick off this Tuesday, but the success of this program depends on the commitment of both the endorsed teams and the cooperation they get from the landowners. Takla Gunga, National EMTV News.
The Kandep Development Authority has released 2 million kina to assist 72,000 people affected by frost. Kandep MP and opposition leader Don Polier, after a meeting, has instructed his district officers to immediately make available food supplies. Meanwhile, MP Polier has expressed concern over the plight of the people and has urged the national government to immediately dispatch its officers to conduct studies on the extent of the damage so as to provide assistance for his people. People of Ayo and Faso in Nipa Kutubu district, Southern Highlands province, are calling for more public servants to work and improve the government services within the area. The call comes after the Kutubu Special Purpose Authority opened an 8-post facility and 2 teachers' houses in Ayo.
For the past 15 years, public servants in rural areas of PNG have been moving frequently from rural areas to urban centers to work. This has seen a decline in health and education services in most rural communities.
The
opening of the health facility in Ayo brings more attention for the public workforce to be able to stay and work in isolated places.
This problem is here to solve. Now staffing a province-wide problem.
The 8-post facility will serve locals who have seen little government services in the last 10 years. Provincial Government Affairs Department Acting Deputy Secretary Joe Waru said special purpose authorities will help local level governments deliver services.
I must know English so that I want to implementing as an authority when helping making work local level government, because local level government not making work strong or one time all resources blended.
The new 8-post was built at a cost of 800,000 kina by the Kutubu Special Purpose Authority. It was commissioned by Mr. Warus and KSPA Chairman Norman Babi. 2 teachers' houses for the local primary school was also opened. Jack Lapava Jr., National EMTV News.
A new road that will link Nipa Kutubu and Mendi Munhiu in Southern Highlands Province will be developed. This road aims to strengthen ties between the two districts and improve economic activities. This follows the signing of a memorandum of agreement that will begin this process.
The signing by community leaders indicates the beginning of this road project and to change the mentality of land compensation by communities. The road will cut through the Live Valley area of Mendi Munhiu to the Mendi capital. Locals have welcomed this project that will benefit them in a long run.
But people are something also. People belong. This plan affected council works. People like him broke Kamigo. This plan thinking now men and boy people are signing Mr. Paper.
The road project is funded under the Asian Development Bank Road Program.
People are making more participate. People are making maybe between requirement for EDB, but last part straight and now people are signing for this land away.
Mendi Munhiu MP Dei Kewanu says road and bridges are two high impact projects for the district.
Because by even giving something free, the road come and beyond on this road beginning this in Dania. Road now behind him this land, energy, power. Power by behind him road come. Infrastructure, power and communication. And three ingredients.
People like I'm asking you also, you ready? Because I think you're like Kamigo, you like calling person or you look person and Kamigo.
The signing was witnessed by the two parliamentarians, ADB officers, district administrations and the people of Live Valley. A similar road project completed is the Mendi Kandep Road. Jeglapave Jr. National MTV News.
The first president of the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary, former Chief Inspector John Bonanno, has passed away. The late John Bonanno from Lemanqua village in Buka, autonomous region of Bougainville, served the police force with discipline, honor, respect and dignity. He passed away at the age of 89. He was among 300 other police personnel deployed by the national government to Buka Island to demolish the cargo cult activities led by leader late John Tessin of Haalis and a member of the Bougainville Transitional Provincial Government. A state funeral will be held in Buka later this week to farewell this great leader. You're watching National MTV News. We'll bring you more local stories after the break. Stay. Welcome back to the news. Former North Wagi MP Benjamin Mull has urged Jiwaka students of the University of Papua New Guinea to work hard in their studies and contribute meaningfully to the development of the province. The challenge was given during the second provincial day for the new Jiwaka province. Mr. Mull thanked the students for promoting their culture in the 21st century.
I want the provincial government to set up a date like this so that 19 provinces or 21 provinces in our country, they must celebrate Jiwaka Day.
Women of the three landowner clans of Goilala district in Central Province, where the Tolokoma mine is located, are proud recipients of 3 poultry projects. This is part of Women in Mining initiated by the national government to create income avenues for women living within mining areas.
The poultry projects cost over 80,000 kina and were funded by the national government under the Public Investment Program for Tolokoma Mine. Part of that money was used to build sheds to house 15 piglets and bring in 6 boxes of chicks to start up the projects.
It will make him easy, lo mipla mama, lo working lily market, lo mipla or salim go out, where buy like coins or lily coins, lily toya, lo buy him soap or buy him kaige, lo piginini, kolos, lo piginini.
The WIM initiative commenced in 2012 and later gave birth to several other projects. The Tapini women are mainly subsistence farmers and sell their produce to earn money. But the establishment of these poultries is expected to open up other business opportunities.
Suppose company come back, lo no more operations again, by plus salim come lo company or salim go lo big la market.
Meanwhile, operations at the Tolokoma mine remains temporarily closed following a 100 million kina loss the company made early this year. MTV News understands the mine developer Petromin will soon be concluding discussions with a new mine developer. Takla Gunga, National MTV News.
Minister for Agriculture Tommy Tomskol has defended the ban on over 10 different fruits and vegetables and says there could be more until dialogue and protocols are established with the countries from which these produce originate. The ban, which the minister signed off on last week, covers a list that includes Irish potato, bulb onions, round cabbage, carrot, tomato, capsicum, pumpkin, peas, zucchini, eggplant, pak choy, and Chinese cabbage, lettuce and celery. The minister's office also corrected misreporting by one newspaper last week, who incorrectly said that rice was also on the ban list. Mr. Tomskol said that he had been concerned about the free access to domestic markets in Papua New Guinea of fruits and vegetables which can be grown and supplied locally. It is understood that the minister is seriously considering another major ban of imported products from China and Asia, more particularly those with labels in languages other than English. Teachers in the autonomous region of Bougainville have sought clarification on the Teaching Services Commission's powers and functions in the new Bougainville Education Act 2013. Queries were based on the transfer of these powers and functions as part of autonomy arrangements between the national and autonomous Bougainville government.
The purpose of the Bougainville Education Act 2013 ensures to provide for the establishment and implementation of the Bougainville education system and other related purposes. Samson Wangihomi from the Teaching Service Commission explained powers and functions will be fully transferred to the autonomous Bougainville government. However, at this time, 3,000 plus teachers' welfare, salaries and other terms and conditions will still remain under their jurisdiction.
Planning power, maybe hold him some like stamp. And some maybe hold him stamp yet. Any to do with appeals. Suppose Department of Education Bougainville, you broke him law, teacher, you broke him law now, only disciplining you. Now you know how much law decision law, you can appeal to us.
But the biggest challenge for the Commission now is how all powers could be drawn down. However, Wangihomi said Bougainville will decide the type of Teaching Service Commission it wants.
We will also ensure that decisions made for or against the teacher in the region, right, does not infringe or abrogate their rights and conditions of service of the members.
Fabian Hakalitz, National MTV News.
You're watching National MTV News. Trukai Sports is next. Stay tuned.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. There are fresh hopes for PNG Hunters players to secure spots in the NRL if the PNG National Rugby League secures a deal with NRL club the Penrith Panthers. Panthers General Manager Phil Gould and his counterparts were here in Port Moresby today to watch the Hunters and the Winner-Manly Seagulls play this afternoon.
The Penrith Panthers are the first ever club in Australia to reach out and offer PNG Rugby League players the opportunity to have a shot in the NRL.
Penrith have been the first NRL club to actually reach out and give us an opportunity to create that pathway. We've been in discussions. It's been ongoing for 12 months, but the entire Penrith team will be up here on Saturday. They'll be available to watch the game, and we have a few events lined up, including consultations to firm up on this understanding going forward.
There are also hopes of creating a pathway for the PNG junior players for long-term partnerships and joint memberships.
Opportunities for pathway for our junior schoolboys, under 16, under 18, as well as our elite athletes, to have a crack at the NRL. We also want to look at long-term partnerships about how we can get joint memberships and to get opportunities for bringing maybe a couple of NRL games up to Papua New Guinea through that partnership.
This partnership is also a learning experience for the club's governance and management structures, and their off-the-field development programs, which PNG RFL believes will add value to rugby league in the country.
Not only on the full staff, but on the governance, management structure, the coaching, refereeing. We're looking at getting to a partnership because Penrith is a big club. Unlike other NRL clubs, it is a big off-the-field program which we believe can add value to rugby league in Papua New Guinea.
Further discussions will be held to embrace these opportunities. Elijah Lavette, National MTV Sports.
And earlier this afternoon, the PNG Hunters continued their impressive run towards the finals, defeating winner Manly Seagulls 36 points to 13 to stay at the top of the table in round 23 of the Intrust Super Cup. Skipper Israel Eliab crossed the line for the Hunters in the first half, but the Hunters were made to play catch-up footy. The Hunters turned around the game after a successful penalty by Ase Boaz early in the second half. The Hunters now take one step closer to a final appearance with 15 wins in a row. Selection for the final Pukpuks lineup has been crucial over the last few months, according to the PNG Rugby Football Union. The side, boasting experienced players in the likes of Wesley Thomas and 7-star Butler Morris, have a number of debutants. With under a week to tighten up on their preparations, the team remains optimistic despite the pressure.
A week leading to the first match on the 22nd this month, the Pukpuks are moving under the radar to tighten up on their preparations. Aggression is one of the key elements the team have lacked to project in previous trial matches and are now optimistic.
It's all right. We still got some more gelling to do. Still got to figure out how everyone plays and work together as a team. But over the next week we'll get that down packed, get some more training sessions in and work it out.
However, the team have held experiences as the main key to driving game plans. Lay-based Sevens talents Clifford Valley and Butler Morris will join Sarafa Kingsley, Wesley Thomas, Tui Fitiau, Samuel Tam in the front row, adding much height and weight. The backline sees the combination of Brisbane-based Nigel Gania and Richard Aitzi in the playmaking positions. Both will play their debut Pukpuks match next weekend.
I'm honoured to be selected with amongst all these boys and just keen to play pretty much. Yeah, it's a bit more more free, I guess, like pass the ball around a bit. It's a little extravagant, but I mean, we're using our structures to work to our game plan, and that's helping us at the moment. So hopefully we can take that into the comp coming up.
Genia and Aitzi will play alongside the Kautu brothers, Tisa and Junior, and speedsters Wesley Valley, Jackie Marcus and Libet Swang. Skola Sengi, National MTV Sports.
And that ends Shukai Sports for this evening. We'll bring you the weather details when we come back.
Shukai Sports.
Taking a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours in the southern region. Port Moresby, Daru and Alotau mostly fine, and fine weather as well in Kerma and Popondetta. Over to the Momase region, fine for Medang, Wibek and Vanimo, mostly fine for Ley and Wau. In the New Guinea Islands region, fine and windy for Lorengau, a few showers expected in Kavieng, Kokopo and Rabaul, brief showers in Kimbe and a shower or two for Buka. And finally, in the Highlands region, fine weather with morning fog expected for all major centres. And that's how we end today's bulletin, Sunday the 16th of August 2015. On behalf of the MTV News team, have a pleasant working week. Good night.